Well, anyways, it's confirmed that we have a viewer, and that viewer is Nick. So whenever he's selling out to viewers, he's actually just filleting himself. Fun fact. Welcome back to ABC episode 60.
You've learned my secret.
Yeah. I'm Brandon.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Alex.
And I'm Brandon again. And we'll start off talking about Dororo.
No, you're Eric.
Dororo.
Eric Brandon.
Yes, we get the joke, Nick. I fucked up last week.
Ricky
Drop
Bobby.
it.
I will never let this go, Brandon. It's gonna be the season 2 thing.
Season 2 thing. So that means it's only gonna go on for another year. Because I'm gonna forget to make season 3.
Yep.
Alright, well anyways. Dororo. This episode, we once again shift a little bit, where we just kind of leave Dororo hanging off with fucking,
We shift a little bit, by which we mean we don't do anything we did for the last 40 minutes of episode, and instead fuck off entirely with Hyakkimaru. It's a shift, though.
That was just an episode, because the episode before the other ones were the fucking moth shit.
Oh, good point. I guess it has only been one episode.
It's just been
Sometimes
one
I feel like the Hyakkimaru or the Dororo stuff was so boring. I feel like it's been 2 episodes already.
I kind of liked it. I like the fucking sharks. But yeah, in this episode, we shift from Dororo's perspective over to Hyakkimaru's perspective, where he kind of meets back with a prosthetics man. We don't actually know his name. Fun fact. I was wondering what his name was. It's confirmed this episode. We don't actually know his name. But he meets back with him, and they kind of have this sort of reunion where they just kind of talk shit out. And between that reunion, we also have Tohomaru killing Master Splinter, and then going to hunt down Hyakkimaru.
I was hoping someone was gonna say that.
No, okay. Real talk. That shit looks like Master Splinter. Like that was
It
just
literally
Master
was.
Splinter.
I mean, the fact that it was a rat was one thing. The fact that it was wearing the red jacket was
Right?
like, this is too much.
Yeah.
Like, you could have a large, like, sort of anthropomorphic rat, and I won't be like, it's Master Splinter. As soon as you put the red jacket on, I'm like, dude, you know what you're doing at this point.
Like that was a very clear allusion or reference to Master Splinter, which I liked. It was kind of funny. It kind of took me by surprise.
It was bizarre. I appreciated it, but it was bizarre to see.
It is supposed to be demon, so it fits. You can't really question why it's a robe. Well, actually,
Does it fit?
No, here's the thing. That's the first clothed demon we've seen. Or never mind.
No, it's not true.
That's not true. at all.
Nope. Not.
All of the lady ghouls have been clothed.
They have
at some
been.
point.
Yeah, you're right. Although the last lady, wasn't actually a demon. She was just some ghost thing. The
That's
statue
true.
was the demon.
The statue carver.
Yeah. The only real demon, the only lady demon we've had was the spider lady, right?
Nope.
Oh,
the second
Moth
one. The second one in the show was also a.
Second one?
Yeah, the anglerfish one, where the one side was the demon and the other side was the pretty lady that laid in the bed and everybody fed her shit.
The snake one. Wasn't she a snake?
Was she a
I
snake?
thought she was a snake.
I just remember that her other form was fucking grotesque.
Yeah. Well, yes, you're right. Okay, there have been more ladies than just this one. So, I digress. Well, this has been the first male? No, because we don't know. No, we don't know. I think they said it was like its children. Or its brood.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, if you're not a lady demon, then you don't wear clothes and you look like a monster. And if you're a lady demon, you look like a lady and then you wear clothes too. And that's how Dororo. That's the design of Dororo. In two simple in a simple sentence.
That's what they're going with. The artistic vision of this show.
So Tohomaru stabs the shit out of Master Splinter. We see Master Splinter kind of slice open the calf of Ox Guy. I don't know his name, but he uses like I want to say it looks like cotton swabs. The cotton swab iron baton thing.
Basically,
The cudgel,
yeah.
the
Let's
cudgel,
go with that.
the dual-sided cudgel, right? It's a cudgel.
All right, that's a hard pivot
Sure.
from Iron Cotton Swab. We were all down for Iron Cotton Swab, and you hard
We were
pivoted
gonna
to
let that
cudgel.
pass,
I'm pretty sure
but you
it's a-
had to
oh,
be
it's not a
fancy with
cudgel.
it.
It has an actual name, and I don't know what it is.
Everybody was down for iron cotton swabs, and you were the only one who was like, despite having been the one who said it, I'm now going to put something else on the table.
I'm gonna flex right here.
Yeah.
Look, I was trying to actually provide some real world knowledge about what the fucking thing's called.
Wow, look who's tryharding at ABC over here.
Well, I'm not trying that hard because I got it fucking wrong. It's not a fucking cudgel.
Real world knowledge in ABC. Fuck out of here, nerd.
Well, anyways, Tohomaru's off doing that. At the end of the episode, we see that Tohomaru's decided to go and find Hyakkimaru and kill Hyakkimaru. He's also being a real big tsundere to his mom because he doesn't want to say hi to her after she's woken up, after she stabbed herself. So,
to be fair, this whole family has problems.
Bunch of issues, yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought the dad was gonna, like, slap her after she said what she said. Was like...
Did you?
I thought, because she was like, you know, well, this is all our fault. The goddess, like, took her head so that Doro so that Hyakkimaru could live. And I thought Daigo was just gonna stand up and just slap her and walk away. Because he seems like the type of person that would do that.
I feel like Daigo's emotional reactions are limited to
anger and
nondescript annoyance.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much everything that's happened so far, Daigo has just kind of looked generally irritated, but that's about it.
Okay. He's a man of small words and smaller emotions.
Exactly. He kind of just stands there and wonders why things aren't going exactly the way he wanted, but doesn't really do very much about it, anything.
Nothing's going right. How about you fix it, though? No!
No!
It's the demon's fault. I have to fix it.
I'll go make a second deal with the demons.
And I'll sell my other son. That's all he's good for anyways. Well, back to Hyakkimaru's reunion. He fights like a bunch of these weird faceless, like, tiger things? Lion tiger things? I don't know.
Yeah, lion bats is probably, I agree with Alex, the best way to describe them.
I thought they kind of
they
like
definitely
monkeys.
had some sort of like fibrous leg to arm connection that reminded me of like flying squirrels.
Oh, okay. I thought they were kind of like were also kind of monkey-like with like the way that with their posture.
Maybe. They definitely did not have like a normal posture. I will say that.
No.
But he sees that some of the people around him were stealing the prosthetics. But back to the prosthetic man. He sees that he was putting prosthetics on the dead people like he usually does. There's some goons like stealing his shit because they're fucking asshats. And some of these monsters show up and start killing them. But they seem to actually kind of ignore prosthetics man. And for that, he just doesn't really care. He just assumes that he's not alive enough for them to care about him. And then Hyakkimaru shows up and then just starts beating the shit out of all these... Well, beats the shit out of one specific demon. And they kind of meet each other up, and then they go to this little cave where they just, start talking about how it's been going with Hyakkimaru. And Hyakkimaru has one goal, and it's to get his fucking leg back. And Prosthetic Man doesn't really like that, because he feels like he kind of messed up in his upbringing of Hyakkimaru, because he's basically become, like, just a war machine. A cold, lifeless killer is what he thinks he's created. So he does not want to give him the leg, and that's where a bunch of the conflict is for this episode, is Hyakkimaru trying to convince Prosthetic Man to fix his leg. To which Prosthetic Man says no, and then Hyakkimaru says, but I want it, and then Prosthetic Man says no, and then Hyakkimaru says I want it, for about 10 minutes. Is kind of how I felt that went.
Some solid nutshelling of a very cyclical scene.
Because
the ultimate resolution of which was basically, like you already stated, that the prosthetic seller or prosthetics provider basically...
It breaks the leg, the one leg that he had built. Hyakkimaru is upset, and then he just goes and kills a bunch of the lion bat demons, kills a tree, and then calls Prosthetic Man his mama, and that's how it ends. Prosthetic Man is very happy about that, because he finally sees how their relationship actually is, and that's a father-son type of thing. But, he still broke the leg. Hyakkimaru, up until this point...
still doesn't have a leg.
Yeah,
to be fair, I can kind of understand the prosthetic seller's point of view of, dude, you're fucked up in the head, because he's fucked up in the head.
He is fucked up in the head. He even guesses that Hyakkimaru has not only killed demons but people too, and he's right about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Because he has killed people too, and he knows kind of like how it looks in the face.
So in the feeling of I've messed you up, like I've messed your upbringing, and now like you're fucked up as a child, like as a adult. He definitely did.
Yes.
Like Hyakkimaru is pretty much unquestionably like, I exist to kill demons. Demons exist for me to kill them.
Well, I would argue that he didn't really cause that, because he just taught him how to fight, and then forced him to kill a demon. But only one demon.
And then just kind of sent him out into the world with no other marketable skills except for demon killing.
He did say, go get your parts, or go get your body back, so that could have been like, hey kid, go kill a bunch of fucking demons.
Yeah.
I trust you.
Yeah. So he really did just lead him down that road.
Yeah, I guess my argument's completely out of the water.
Yeah.
To be fair, most of the people that Hyakkimaru has killed were kind of douchebags anyway, so, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Does that make killing them acceptable?
In that period, yes.
Are we arguing that really you're allowed to kill people if they are annoying?
Alright, Nick, this is medieval times, so it's okay. As Alex has put forth before.
Your own argument, though, that doesn't make sense.
Anyway.
Just because it was okay then doesn't mean it's okay ever.
Well, even in the show, they're arguing that it's not okay now. But anyways, once again, Prosthetics Man leaves or lets Hyakkimaru on his way, and he goes to find Doro, and he finally gets on a boat to the little island they're at. My guess is that treasure isn't actually money, but it's like a demon-related treasure. Because the way his dad worded it is like it's full of power. I don't think you'd define money or gold as like being. You could say it's power.
Could be a combination of stuff.
Maybe. I feel like there's like some like demon thing really in that like box though.
Maybe.
Because like Dororo's whole like back tattoo thing like is also kind of like weird. Like I feel like that's kind of magical. Like that's some voodoo demon shit magic right there. Unless there's some paint that like just shows up when your body gets warm.
Like special ink just used with a poke and stick method.
I guess so. Because like for sure the mom's like was an actual tattoo.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you define. I don't know what Dororo's is. But that was Dororo for this episode. It was okay. Not as much action as I was hoping for. Especially given like the large amount of mobs we had here. But the mobs
they've really
cool.
written themselves into like a weird position with like sort of three narratives going at the same time.
Yes, we have the 3 narratives. I think it's only 2.
Because we have the younger brother's search for Hyakkimaru.
Yeah.
Hyakkimaru's search for his leg, and now Dororo, and Dororo and the hunt for the treasure.
Okay.
So we have like 3 people in 3 different. I mean, I guess it's not narratives, but we have 3 people in 3 different places,
3
all like
I guess.
Yeah. And they're all trying to like get to each other somehow.
It's actually just like a chain. Dororo's in the front, Hyakkimaru's right behind him, and Dororo's right behind him too.
Right. And of course, like, they're not going to write it interestingly. They're just going to, and then they all show up in the same location and have a and have like a giant fight is what the writing is going to amount to. But I feel like they've written themselves into a weird position where like that's the only reasonable solution to it. Like they can't really be clever about it at this point.
No.
No, not really. Like
what would be clever?
I could only hope, like, somehow Itachi dies and Dororo becomes the brigand leader.
That would be weird.
I
mean, I liked the way that they got them all together the first time, where it was like Hyakkimaru and Dororo show up at this wall that separates the 2 kingdoms, and Daigo shows up because, like, a war is about to start, and so he shows up at, like, the border between the 2 kingdoms, and they meet each other that way. Now you just have one person chasing another person chasing a third person, and you kind of are stuck in this like, I guess we just have to have them all show up in the same location because like it doesn't make sense otherwise why they would show up in any other location.
I mean, Doromaru is chasing Hyakkimaru, who's chasing Dororo, so like it kind of just makes sense.
But like they're going to have them all show up at my problem is not that they're going to show up in the same location, it's that they're going to show up in the same location at the same time, despite the fact that they all left where they were at very different times.
Ah, okay.
Like, Dororo should be days ahead of Hyakkimaru. Somehow Hyakkimaru is going to get there just in time to prevent something bad from happening. And, like, likewise, the younger brother should be, like, days behind Hyakkimaru, but he will show up just in time to fuck things up after whatever conflict is going on with Dororo and the treasure hunting crew.
I feel like having a perspective of time would have cleared this up a bit more. Because, like, I have no idea, like, when they set out, or, like, if it's happening at the same time. Because if it is happening at the same time, they're already pretty close to begin with. It seems like. Because like
I have no idea.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's right now very confusing.
We have no perspective of distance either, so we have no idea like how far it was from where Hyakkimaru was with the prosthetics guy to the beach. Like, was that over the hill, or was that like 2 days?
Yeah, because he does just show up after he just starts walking in a direction.
Right, he just walks off away from the tree, and then the next scene is him, or the scene after the younger brother scene is Hyakkimaru on the beach. So we have no idea like how long it took him to get there, really, because we have no sense of what day it is. But maybe it's like the same day that Dororo was just there. I have no clue.
It would be weird if it was, because there was a guy at the beach. Why was the guy at the beach?
And Itachi was on a horse, and Hyakkimaru was walking with one leg, so he should definitely be further behind.
Yes. Well, anyways, back to the guy at the beach. We know that this village has been, like, ravaged. Why is he there? It'd be interesting if he got there first, somehow. Which doesn't make sense because he didn't know how to get there.
Right?
So, like, I'm just confusing myself now.
There is no, like... I don't think there's any logical structure to this at this point that would make it make sense. They kind of just need characters to exist in certain places so they can kind of have all of our, heroes and villains show up in the same spot for a big fight scene. But I don't think the writers, because it's not based on like a novel or anything at this point. It's like almost entirely done by the director.
It's been original for a while now, I think.
Oh, has it? No, yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's like kind of the beginning.
No, like a little before the halfway point was when it like diverged.
I mean, I'm willing to bet that they're still going to keep like the overall like overarching narrative going.
Well, here's the thing: the overarching narrative was never finished either.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
okay.
So I don't know how far it got.
Yeah, that makes things more convoluted then.
Yeah. So I think at this point, like everything we're seeing is going to be original.
Yeah. So I feel like whoever is in charge of like the writing and directing of this doesn't have like a huge background in like actual like fantasy setting writing, because
it would be writing. Director would be like a little bit different.
Okay. Well, I know that generally the director for anime is different, but generally the structure for anime creation is different too.
Oh, I guess so. Because usually, like, with movies, like, the writer's the writer, and what the director does is kind of tell actors, how they should act and look during a scene. And he kind of just brings everything together.
And I mean, the director in anime does a lot of, like, scene composition and, like, how they want certain shots to look.
Yes, but I don't think that really, like, if they're given a bad script or, like, a bad story, that there's only so much they can do with that.
Right. But at the same time, like, when they're entirely creating, like, the director has to create every shot himself, basically, now. Like, there's no novel that he can kind of borrow, like, how he wants a scene to look or how, like, combat should look or anything like that. He has to make every single shot composition and every single movement up himself, basically, and, like, how he wants it to kind of go together.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But they don't have a huge amount of experience, I get the feeling, because it's not like a very inventive story they're telling at this point, I feel like.
He's chasing him, and I'm chasing him, and he's chasing him. Let's go!
Right. And somehow we'll all show up at the cave with the treasure at the same time.
And then something else happens, because I don't think this is, like, the ending arc.
I doubt it. Daigo has to show up at some point.
Well, because we have, like, 7 episodes left.
Oh, 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm,
Also, didn't
They-
Japanese Stick like go off and say he was going to do something about the demons at some point?
Man, fuck, I don't know. Japanese Stick just shows up.
If I remember right, he said, fuck this, I can't deal with this shit.
I'm too old
Was that
for
what it
this
was?
shit.
Yeah, because
I
he
can
went
respect
inside
that.
he went inside Demon Hall, is like,
Oh my god, you're
nope.
right. He goes and says, "Oh fuck this," and just walks away.
I'm too young to die.
He looked at it and it was like, the next town over looks real nice right about now. I've heard it's great
Nope.
this time of year.
Yeah, he was like, "Damn, this is some evil magic. I'm fucking out of this shit. Bye."
There's a lot of people about to die, and I'm not looking to be one of them, despite the fact that I'm like 90.
And that is Dororo. There's definitely been like a dip in the story that they've been telling. Some of the earlier like Monster of the Week episodes were just better, and these just have been a little under average. But I think overall this show's at least still okay.
It's still holding it on. I just wish that it had
Yeah.
more depth at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. Alright, what's next in the order? I've already forgotten the order.
Sara.
Samai.
Sara's on my. So, let me just be very clear about this one. I skipped the police scene.
I did too.
Yeah.
And I timed how much of the show I skipped.
2 minutes about.
I skipped more than that.
What? Jesus Christ, is that
Really?
long?
I skipped a total of, in terms of scenes that we've seen before, I skipped almost nearly 4 minutes.
Oh, so I only skipped the police scene. I didn't skip the other scenes.
Oh, did you not?
No.
No, I actually still enjoy the police scenes.
I just got bored of it. It's not like, there's nothing different. At least for like the ending part, there was like some very, very minor differences. And that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this is the this was the first battle, I guess, that they lost. But we'll talk about it a bit later. But for the most part, these fucking goons went through with it. They actually decided to kidnap Sarah.
Oh my god, when it started off and it was
Yeah.
like, we're here at the site of the kidnapping, I was like, I am so happy right now.
They actually decided
All I
to do
wanted
it.
was this kidnapping, and I was so thrilled that we were going through with it.
So first, I guess what's his face? God, oh my god, I forgot his name. Toy. Toy tries to convince Kazuki that what they're doing is stupid, and he
Yes.
just talked to his brother, and he'd probably understand. And Kazuki says, "No, fuck you, you're wrong. Just do this."
Right. Help a brother out, kidnap this girl for me.
So Toy's like, "Fuck, sure." He puts on a little cap mask, and then uses a cucumber to beat the shit out of the manager.
Okay, this world has something weird about cucumbers. There's a lot of weird things about this world that don't make a lot of sense.
Well, Kappas like cucumbers.
Yeah.
But in what world is it a weapon?
In this
Like-
world,
How hard do you have to beat a motherfucker unconscious with a cucumber?
he didn't beat him unconsciously. He didn't beat him to unconsciousness, did he? Because I thought
Yeah,
he was
he
still
did.
struggling.
Nah, he beat
He
the shit
whipped him
out of him.
unconscious and took his pants.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I don't think he took the pants. His just pants were off.
He
No,
threw
his
them out
pants
the
was off.
window.
Yeah, because he was peeing, right? And it's like he
Oh.
put. And I guess he's just one of those goons who just takes off all of his pants to pee.
It's my calling card.
When I go into the bathroom, I have to free ball it up.
No, he wasn't freeballing it. He just took off his pants, but kept his shorts, his boxers.
Oh, good, he was rocking the boxers, wasn't he?
Yeah. I don't get it. But anyways, yeah, he pieced the motherfucker with a cucumber, and then kidnapped Sarah, which I just realized her name is Sarah. It's part of Sarazama. But anyways, kidnapped Sarah, and then goes off to like
Brilliant observation by Brandon.
goes off to try to like hide her somewhere and just lock her in a fucking just random ass store while Kazuki is impersonating her during the fan meet and greet. We get like some funny scenes where I guess Sarah is a Kappa, or turns into a Kappa, or turns into like a little weird thing.
She turns into one of like the actual like the Kappa frogs.
Yes.
Not the Kappa turtles
not,
that
not,
the kids
not a frog.
turn into,
Not a frog, Nick.
What is it?
It's a Kappa thing. I don't know.
Kappa.
We've been calling it the Kappa. We've been calling the white thing the Kappa frog for like 4 episodes now.
But they killed it. Further, well, this was a joke because in the show itself, he doesn't like being called a frog.
I mean, yeah, but we've been calling him that for 4 episodes. So you can't tell me not to call it a frog, like all of a sudden now.
Oh my god, I don't have any recollection of actually calling him the Kappa frog.
I've been calling him a Kappa frog for I think the last 2 episodes.
There have only been
both of the last 2 episodes. I've referred to him as the Kappa frog.
All right. Well, anyways, the Kappa frog. She turns into a Kappa frog and then just somehow just pops out of tight spaces. That's her power. The power of not being constrained.
To be fair, the other one is also very flexible, we'll call it.
Yes.
I mean, he eats the children and turns into a human being in shape, basically, for no reason.
Just to, like, burn that weird image into our eyes.
Yeah, that weird white bodysuit image.
But yeah, she can pop out of tight spaces and all over that shit. And Toy tries his hardest to keep her trapped. He even goes to like one of those magic shows and puts her in the fucking coffin and stabs it, and she just still pops out. That was a fun little gag that I really liked.
Yeah.
And while that's
I was really hoping he was going to go to like increasingly more secure things.
Yeah.
Because like they were all like basically the same joke of like I put you in a sealed space and close the door, and you come out of the crack. And I was hoping it was going to get like more and more sealed as time went on. Like one of them was going to be like a bank vault or something, and like it was just going to get more and more like the gap is less and less of a thing, and she still kept squeezing out somehow. It was always the same joke of just like it's a locker, it's a phone booth, it's a box. Like it was all the same. So I wish they had just gone that next level of like. There's even less of a gap, and she still could escape.
Increasing absurdity, you're saying.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while all that's going on, Enta is taking Haruka over to meet Sarah, who is actually Kazuki in this part. And when they finally meet up, Kazuki, shakes his hand, says the magic words, which we find out in a flashback that the magic words are like a little saying that Haruka told Kazuki, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there is the entire flashback that's been going on up until this point where we learn about Kazuki's backstory about his adopted parents.
I don't know. Like, I'm still wondering.
Yeah. I want to say adopted parents.
Which I really didn't pick up on that when it first like had that scene with the dying grandpa.
Until we got to the part with the mom.
That was...
That
all it was like, the grandpa was like, your mom was a dirty slut.
Yeah,
she was a whore. It's like, damn, Grandpa.
And I was like, damn, Grandpa's savage. Right in her face, too.
Here's what I think it is.
From the children.
Here's what I think it is. I think his foster dad is his uncle. And his uncle's sister is his mom. That's why the grandpa knows who the mom is.
That's what I'm thinking, too.
Because I'm mostly going by the hair color. It has led me astray before, so...
Yes, it has.
But, like, I'm guessing it's probably because of the hair color. That's where most of my evidence is. Also, like...
I'm willing to bet that you're right, because I'm pretty sure the mom, Kazuki's actual mom, is related to the grandfather, and that's how he knows about, how messed up the mom was.
Which we don't know if she was messed up or not. We just know that she had a kid.
And then left him with somebody else and bailed.
We don't know if she left him or if they took him away.
True, but...
Because, like, all we got was, I hate your mom. I'm dying now. Bye.
Yeah. And the mom looks put together from what we saw.
Hot.
But at the same time,
I
feel like it's going to be hard to tell a story that I'm, like... emotionally connected to this family if the end result of this whole like backstory is going to be, oh yeah, we kidnapped you when you were a child.
Well, no, not kidnapped you, but like took him away because they didn't think the mom was good enough, or not good enough, but like couldn't raise a child correctly. Something like that.
That's still kidnapping, Brandon.
Not if like
you phrased it in this nice like picture
No, like,
of
this
we
can happen
feel
by
like
law,
it's in the
though.
kid's best interest.
This can happen legally.
That's still
Like,
kidnapping.
No, I'm saying this can happen legally.
financially unable to raise a child.
Yeah, like it can happen legally. Like they say you can't provide for the child, so we're gonna take over for you. Like in a legal way that can happen. I don't think they just took the kid and said, "Fuck you, we're gonna take care of the kid now."
I mean, they did though. Like, you could phrase it in this "it's legal" way. There were air quotes on that you can't see. It's still super AFU'd to come into somebody else's life. Like, unless it was the government coming in and being like, "You're neglecting your child."
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
kind of-
That's the
it's
legal
kind-
way. That's the legal one where the government says you can't take care of this child, so we're gonna give him to
Okay,
other
that's
guardians.
the government. You're saying the family came in and was like, "You're not financially responsible, so we're going to take your child."
I'm pretty sure the family can
Those
say
are
like,
two different things.
go to a government and
One
say,
is the government coming in and saying you're straight up abusing your child. The other one is your relatives being nosy Nellies with some fucking elitism.
okay, I guess the way I should phrase it is that they had to take care of the child for like whatever circumstances. That's what I'm trying to
Slightly
get at.
different.
Words.
That's
They have meaning.
yeah, that's the better way of saying what I mean is that they had to take care of him for whatever reason.
We'll have to see how they do it, but I
Yeah.
still feel like it's a very fine line of like, I give a shit versus like, this family that took him away is basically criminals in my mind.
Okay, well, this is also like just a wild theory. This probably isn't gonna happen too.
Right. But like I said, they do have to connect like why the mom ditched the kid to Kazuki somehow. And so it's either going to be the mom bailed on him or he got taken away. And so if it's going to be he got taken away, telling that story in a way that is not like it makes his current family look like kind of douchebags is going to be difficult in my
I guess it would just be like the dad somehow won custody.
The dad somehow.
Well,
won
the dad in
custody.
this case is his uncle, aka
His
his
right,
mom's
yeah.
brother. At
Yeah.
least what I'm thinking is going on.
Yeah.
Another guess would be that the mom was married, or maybe he might be a bastard.
I mean, maybe.
No, but that still
We
doesn't
didn't
make
see
sense.
a dad in that scene where the mom showed up, so it could be.
It still doesn't make sense though, as to like why the other family would take care of him then.
No, it does not.
I don't know. We'll see what
I
happens.
mean, we're probably gonna find out next episode.
Wait,
so I'm
no.
assuming the mom
She was at
will
the
tell
they
him.
met at the hospital.
They met what?
I think they met at hospital. I think they met at the hospital.
Who did?
The mom and Kazuki. So she might have like some mental issues going on or something.
Was it at the hospital?
I thought it was at the hospital. I might be wrong. I don't know.
I thought it was just like by some stairs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I recognized
Like
like the background as the hospital. I guess I'm wrong.
I mean, you might be right, but it was like not being super like specific
Yeah.
at that time. Like we didn't even see her
Yeah.
face, so it was kind of hard to say anything conclusive.
Shit.
Yeah. This episode actually cleared up a good deal for me because
That Haruka can't walk?
no, that Enta was not the idol. Even though the last episode is like them plotting, like, hey, you're gonna kidnap her, and I'm gonna do a switch in.
You thought Ento was the idol?
Yeah,
What?
like the entire time. It's like you are
Wait.
sure taking this whole. Oh, I'm gonna be
Alex.
a celebrity. What?
Why'd you think Ento was the idol?
Or what's his name? The main dude,
Kazuki?
Kazuki?
Kazuki.
He has
Yeah,
on multiple
Kazuki.
occasions said he's not the real idol.
I don't know why. Every time I just zone out whenever he's whatever mentioned that.
Alex wasn't. Well, were you
What?
here for the first episode of this season, Alex?
I feel like I was. I feel like
Yeah, I think you were. I had the same misconception as you, Alex. Though in
Yeah.
the first episode of Sarah's on Mine,
Yeah, in the first
I
episode.
also did not pick up that Kazuki was not Sarah. Totally thought he was Sarah,
Yeah.
like legit Sarah for a while.
it's like you are taking this very seriously for your brother. Like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you're basically Miku. Damn, man.
Yeah, I get the first episode, But like in the second episode, we see him take off the clothes and then put them back on and say he's not the real idol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, alright, whatever. I guess
also the eyes are a giveaway once you notice that.
I mean, I figure he just puts contacts on.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Although he doesn't. So I don't know why, like... Haruka's a 5-year-old. I should make fun of that kid. Haruka, you fucking idiot. Look at the eyes!
It also, this episode had, in addition to all of its other backstory stuff, we got the backstory to Haruka and how he is now injured. And I have weird feelings about it.
That kid's an idiot.
How so?
Look both ways before you cross the fucking street.
Because, like, the whole time I've been going with this theory of, like, one, we had last episode where Kazuki was out of nowhere, like, I hate my brother. Which, don't really understand that one right now. Still not really seeing the hatred thing. Maybe we'll get there next episode.
He was just like he was just a teenager.
Every time I'm around you, I feel guilt-ridden.
Maybe, but like, I feel like that emotion isn't hatred though.
He hates that he feels that way.
Being around him.
Yeah, but anyways, regardless of my feelings about the word that they used as hatred, he has this whole like weird, I can't be near my brother, but I want to make my brother feel good about like this whole Haru thing, and so I'm going to go to all these weird lengths about it. And then we get like the backstory of how Haru got injured, and I'm like, why are you so angsty about this?
Because he's
like, I get that it's kind of your fault, but it's not like you shoved him into traffic. Like, he chose to walk in the street while the cars were moving. Like, at some point, you gotta go, like, you gotta look out for yourself, man. Like, it's not my fault.
I would
I feel bad. Like, you can feel bad about it, but you don't, like, beat yourself up over, like, my brother walked into traffic on his own power of his own volition. Like, at some point, you gotta go, like, he could have waited and then run. Like, he didn't have to go right then.
I feel like it's just the whole sibling proximity thing. Like, if something happens to your younger sibling and you're in a certain proximity with him, that's your fault.
Well, they mentioned that in the show, that he feels guilty about it, but everyone's telling him, it's okay, it wasn't your fault. Like, he's also...
But, like, what's he feeling guilty about, though, is the thing. Like, there's nothing...
That he didn't take care of him, and that he also, like, slapped his hand away and was, like, very bitchy to his brother because he just felt like he wasn't his actual brother. He doesn't feel like they can actually, like, be a family. And he feels guilty.
But then they immediately go the other way with that, with the whole, like, night scene and the whole, like, we're all a circle, beginning to end, all of that bullshit. Like, they immediately undermine their whole, like, we're not actually a family thing with all of that stuff. So, like, I don't even believe that Kazuki genuinely believes that they're not a family anymore.
Okay, for that, like, that's something different.
That's true.
That would be the way it hit you.
Because especially, like, the other thing is, okay, he didn't know he was adopted until he found out about his other mother when he was, I don't know, 8, 9, 10,
I don't
something
really know
like
how
that.
They are, yeah. I can't really tell.
Younger than he is now, for sure, because he was shorter. So he didn't even know that this other family existed. Decides immediately, for some reason, you're not my real family anymore. Don't really understand that one, but it's a snap, individual moment decision. Maybe you make weird decisions in that situation. I don't know. Years go by. There is no way this kid still genuinely feels like these people that raised me all of these years, they're not my real family. This other lady that I've never seen before, she's my real family. Fuck you guys. Like, just no, it doesn't make sense.
I think for that part, you're kind of, like, pushing too much over to him, because he's being conflicted during that part. Yeah. Where, like, he doesn't feel like they're a real family, because it's not biological.
But why? Like, they take...
Well, that's a very real thing that some adoptive kids, like, feel, though. Like,
in the moment, yeah, but, like, it's not something that goes on for most people for the majority of time. Like, I could understand if this was, like, he had learned about it, like, a couple weeks before the show started, he could still have conflicted feelings about it. This was years in the past, and he hasn't, like, accepted there's a dichotomy between the people who gave birth to me and the people who raised me. Like, this is a family who has accepted me into them. Like, I am a part of this family. It's not like you have years to overcome this, separation of my birth mother and my actual family, and yes, I'm a part of this family kind of situation.
Well, that's his conflict. That's his, like, complex right now, is that what he's trying to work through.
Again, Years, though. Like, actively years. If it was a couple months, I could understand how it could still be a complex. He's been mulling this over for years and hasn't come to the conclusion of the people who take care of me and accepted me into their own and did all this nice stuff for me and still look out for me and care about me are my family.
Okay.
Hmm.
Sure.
What is he like? About how old is he now?
I think he's a freshman in high school. He's in middle school. I know that for sure.
Middle school? Okay.
Yeah.
We could just chalk that up to like being a child, but that's lazy.
Well, for sure it's angst. Like, there's no doubt
Yeah.
about
Oh
it.
no, it's 100% angst.
But what Nick's problem is that he's just being too angsty. Like, at this point, he feels that someone his age should have already realized everything about this by now, right?
It's the time thing again. Like,
Yeah, but
yes, it's his age thing, but it's also you have so much time to deal with it. There's a big difference in how much I believe in a character's angst in the moment of a stressful situation, and then versus you have literally several years to mull something over and like come to a decision. At this point, they're just milking it for conflict, basically.
hello again, Alex.
Hey, yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's the end of that. So we'll just move on.
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, unless somebody wants to say something, because it's been resounding silence after I finished talking, so we'll just move on and not talk about it again.
So there's a flashback, and then... Oh, right, this fucking sachets. Is it sachet? Sachet?
I think so.
Was it French? It's gonna be French. It's a little pouch of smelly smells.
Yeah.
So after we get the flashbacks, Kazuki smells the same sachets that he smelled from his mom in Haruka's pocket, and he's wondering why they both have the same smell. And around this time, the real Sarah shows up, and shit goes south for him. The manager somehow knows that, I guess it's a wig, and takes it off. I guess, yeah, it could have been a wig. I feel like it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I just feel weird that you just tug on someone's hair immediately. I feel like it just doesn't make sense. But he just tugs on the hair, and imagine it happens to be a wig, and not the person's real fucking hair. Everyone finds out that Kazuki dresses up like Sarah, and he runs away. And then we get the fight, because the little otter things are stealing the sachets from everyone, and they go ahead and fight. They fight as the little kappas. We get this fucking weird transformation, basically from this point to the next, like, leak.
This was kind of one of the fights I didn't really understand. What was the dude's, like, hang-up? Do you remember what it was?
He liked smelling girls' feet.
Yes.
Was that what it was? Okay.
That's the part I saw, or that's the part I remember.
Yeah.
I remember it had something to do with, like, he wanted to smell some lady, or, like, a lady. But I didn't remember if it was, like, a specific lady, or if he was just,
I feel like this one was just kink-shaming. Like, if
Okay.
a guy wants to smell some feet, like, just let him smell some feet.
I mean, to be fair, that was kind of the point of it, was they were extracting his desire, so, like, they weren't saying it was weird to want to smell feet, I think.
Well, up until this point, everything's been, like, borderline criminal.
Yeah. Well, we had stealing the used bathwater.
That would, I don't know if it's
Yes?
that's pretty creepy.
That's pretty creepy.
I don't know if there might be a law, like some sort of law
that-
against it.
That could be technically that's breaking and entering.
Yeah, that's breaking and entering. Yep, Alex is right. That's breaking and entering.
Yeah.
Cheating, not illegal, but very scummy move. Very, like, super unethical and immoral.
Yeah.
And there's the bathwater.
The first one was the boxes, but what do you want? What do you want to do with the boxes?
I think it was just a hoarder.
I don't know. I don't remember the boxes one. I don't remember what his hang-up was. The cat person was stealing cats, I think.
And shaving them.
No, the cat person wanted to shave the cats to dress up like a big cat so his girlfriend would take them.
Right, yeah.
See, okay, that one's not... Well, You're shaving cats, so that's not very good thing. But him wanting to be a cat and like.
I mean, he's not hurting the cats. Like shaving the cats isn't doing them any damage, really.
Actually, well, for some like I know for some dogs,
Depends.
if you shave them, like you like fuck up their coat and like they will forever like be fucked up. Like their coat will never be fixed, and that actually hurts the dog. Because it fucks with their weight, it fucks with their air regulation, and like their protection from the sun. Fun little fact. I don't know if it works the same for cats, but that's still kind of a shitty thing to do to a cat. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I guess I'm saying it's bad. Just don't shave a fucking cat. Okay.
I mean, but then the third one was, I just want to hook up with a whole bunch of girls.
Yes. Once again.
Yeah.
Not illegal. Very shitty though.
I mean, kind of, but at the same time, like, you know, it's a pretty common desire of like, I want to be a playa, and that's like basically all it was.
But he was cheating on everyone. He was actually just cheating and manipulating the girls.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like in the terms of like scumminess to almost criminal behavior, like it's pretty just general bad behavior. Like it's
That's
just
what we're
generally
saying.
like
We're saying it's shitty.
I mean, but like you're saying it in the same way that we said like stealing bathwater was a shitty move.
Well, that is also kind of shitty too. Except that one also happens to be illegal because you have to probably break and enter.
All right, I guess so.
And then, yeah, and then the bathwater, there's bathwater, the fucking fish, and then for this one, yeah, like I don't remember much. I just remember him smelling a foot and saying spicy.
Yeah, that's what I remember as well.
So like, if the lady's like all about it, then I don't see an issue at all. Because if there's consent, then you know they're two consenting adults; they can do whatever the fuck they want.
I guess it's just depends, because the thing they always say is it love or is it desire?
Fun fact: maybe it was a amputated foot. That's the part that he got arrested for. He was killing ladies, cutting off their feet and then smelling them. We had an old Kira situation over here.
That is a very big leap from.
That is a very big leap.
That was also the plot of JoJo Part 4.
Pretty much.
So after they fight, they do the whole Sarazanmai looking at the flashback things. But I think there's some hang up that Kazuki has that stops the little ritual, and they fail to do the connection thing. Yes.
Yeah.
And it ends with Kazuki running away.
Yeah. So they get stuck in the Cap Frog gets mad at them, so he refuses to turn them back, and Kazuki cries because he's sad because he's doing a whole bunch of things for himself is basically what his conclusion was, I think, and then he runs away. And so we'll see if he decides to, you know, how they fix themselves and also how they deal with being Kappas in the real world.
Maybe we finally won't get the fucking police scene again. Oh, please, God.
Maybe. I mean, that dude is still out there, so it's very possible.
Well, no, that dude's dead now. Well, actually,
is he?
Well, we don't know what they do. Well, no, I'm pretty sure they die.
Do we know that?
I thought they did.
We don't know that.
We don't know that? Oh, I thought they died.
I think you're just making that up.
I assume, like, just,
I think it's
okay, all the things are now gone from the area.
Okay.
I mean, when they shot out the butt marble again, the dude's, you know, ghost body reformed, so I'm assuming he's still out there.
No, I'm saying like the actual like guy that created the ghost.
Oh. I mean, yeah, they're probably gone. I don't care about them. I care about the villain that we deal with.
Yes, the ghost. I think the ghosts only show up at night. I think is what they said. So it's gonna go away, and then they're gonna have to fight again at the night. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I hope we don't get the police scene again. My wish is no police scene for 4 episodes, then we get one, and then never again. Because by that 4th time we don't see it, I think I'll be ready to watch it again.
It's a lot to ask, and I really doubt you're going to get it.
I'm not going to get it. So that was Sarazanmai. We will see how they unfucked themselves in the next episode. Or not. Who the fuck knows? it's time for Demon Slayer, which was a very simple episode, this one. He shows up in the town after being told, a quick exposition as to, like, how his new suit works. Or his little uniform.
Yeah, his under robe, whatever, dress shirt, I guess?
Yeah.
Uniform, whatever. Uniform covers it enough.
I mean, I feel like uniform, you feel like it's the whole getup, but, like, you definitely can have your own, like, outer layer, because we've seen.
Yeah.
I was
So
hoping
it's really just the shirt thing that they've been talking about.
It looks like a middle school uniform, or like just a school uniform.
Or military.
Yeah, some sort of like formal,
something formal. Yes, that's a good way to put it.
That has the word "destroy"
on the back.
The back.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You see it like for one scene, like right when he puts it on in the very beginning.
And he covers it up with his robe.
I was hoping he could use the water robe, but we didn't. He's using his green and black checkered robe.
Yep, he's going back to the one from the opening, which I'm assuming we're going to stick with for the rest of the show.
Yeah, probably. Just because it makes everything so much easier if they don't keep changing clothes.
Probably, yeah.
So we find out that the Black Sword, no one really knows much about it. In this part of this exposition as well. And it's got a prophecy that whoever has a black sword never gets very far. I don't know far in
what.
What a shit
prophecy! Like, we don't really see very many people who get one. Therefore, we've decided that whoever gets one probably is going to fail. Like,
no, I think they said that because they had a black sword.
Any of the people who had a black sword rose up high ranks, we would know more about it.
I mean, but they say nobody gets one though. Like, it's not like a whole bunch of people got one and then didn't succeed. They were like, we don't really know how many people get them because basically nobody gets them. But we've decided that if you get one, you're not going to do very much.
No, it's usually like that. Like, people who've had these black swords just haven't done much. I feel like you're saying that because they have a black sword, they decided that they won't do much. But
they said that they don't really know how many people get one though. Like, they say almost nobody gets one.
Yeah, they're saying
so they don't know anything about it. Is the thing.
Yeah, they don't know anything about it. But what he said is they usually don't go far. I think that was the word. They
didn't say that. They said they decided that they won't go far.
Oh, okay. Is that what they said? Huh.
Yeah. He doesn't provide any actual information about anybody who actually has had the black sword.
Damn.
He just says almost nobody has ever gotten one. We don't know anything about it. People decided that if you get one, it means you're not going to go far there. Therefore, it's this tautology of because I haven't heard of one, therefore you must not succeed ever because I haven't heard of one.
I read it more as the people with black swords, the few people who had black swords didn't get far.
Because if there was anyone famous with a black sword, we would know more about it.
I guess.
Right, but then you enter this tautology circle of, I don't know anybody with a black sword, therefore everyone with a black sword fails because I don't know anybody with a black sword. So
or they're all dead.
Oh, they could be all dead.
They could be all dead. I don't know that.
It very depends. It depends on what they mean by "don't go far."
Probably just dead.
I mean, they probably mean ranks up in the Demon Slayer Corps.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Because I'm assuming based on the opening, they have some sort of elite corps that features the one dude from the first episode.
Yep.
So I'm assuming they mean nobody who's ever been a part of the elite corps has had a black sword.
They're gonna be called the Elite 13 or 7 or 8 or however the fuck they are. I didn't count. 13 just sounds like a good number.
It's can't very wait. A mythical number kind of thing.
Mythical number would be 3. It's always 3.
3 is the number for death, though.
4.
No, it's 4.
4's death.
Oh, it's 4 death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
what is 3?
3 is just the all-around okay number. Because there's 3 fates, there's 3 great gods. There's just basically 3 of everything.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All of my knowledge comes from the book Percy Jackson and the Olympians, by the way. On the number 3.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, yeah, we got some exposition about his sword and then his uniform, and he goes off to the city after. We also find that he gets a new little box which he can put what's her face in, Nezuko, and she just becomes the little Nezuko, gets in the box and then just walk off to the town. in the town where there's a bunch of young women young girls being just snatched away, being spirited away, but not really, because the reality is much worse. They're trying to find out, what's causing it and what's going on. The Demon Core Slayer says, it's probably a demon. Go investigate. So he goes to investigate.
They know what's causing it. It's demon.
Well, not the people in the village.
True, but we don't really care about the people in the village in the show.
Yeah.
So he goes off, and then he uses this little olfactory sense to find out what the fuck's going on. So for about 5 minutes, he just kind of runs around trying to look and chase down the demon.
Right.
I think at this point, we get to the nighttime, and then we get this very nice scene, very horror-esque scene where this girl is trying to go to sleep, and then there's this black blob, kind of chasing down after her. And she's not aware of it because I guess in the universe it doesn't really make a noise. And then this black blob, after she's done sleeping, slowly starts to envelop her little futon, and then drags her down into the depths of the shadows. During this part, the nose of our main character, finds out what the fuck's going on. He goes straight to it. He also has the Naruto jump where he just jumps super fucking high, and then surfs on the fucking tiles for a little bit. And this is when our kind of fight scene starts out. After he figures out that he can stab the ground to bring up one of the demons. We also find out that there's about 3 demons, but they're the same person. It's just become 3 different aspects of him. Each, one has 1 horn, one has 2 horns, and one has 3 horns. And they're able to save the girl that they find. But they also find out that all the other girls that were taken are all dead. They've all been eaten by now. They've all been eaten.
Yep.
Yeah. The one that actually talks fairly calmly shows us his sweet hairpin collection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they all kind of talk. There's one that talks really angrily, one that kind of talks, in a more mocking tone, I think. That's what I remember. And then just the 2-horned one who's just kind of up there.
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought the 3-horned one was the one that just grinds his teeth.
2 of them grind their teeth, not the
No,
calm.
they all grind their teeth because they do it together. But there is one that just doesn't talk and grinds their teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one that. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. There's one that only grinds his teeth.
That sound design was
Oh my God.
amazing,
Right?
Oh my god, my ears.
Yeah, it was annoying, but it was annoying in a
Oh,
good
yeah.
way.
Yeah, that's quality.
No other sound has made me feel that much dread
Yeah.
since the fucking clicker noises from The Last of Us.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm kind of sad that wasn't an attack.
Ultimate click attack. Click, 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 click.
It's shit, my eardrums.
We get some little nice fight scenes with Tanjiro versus the demon, trying to protect the kid holding the girl, who's now kind of safe. And then the demon kind of runs away after almost getting a grab on Tanjiro, but his sister comes out with a kick and almost snaps the head off of one of the 2-headed, I think it's the 2-horned demon. But they run away, and we're here to follow this story in the next episode. I like the green black checkered jacket. I just like the water one more.
Oh yeah. We'll probably get a scene where, after a battle it gets just fucking destroyed, and the sister makes one for her, or some shit like that.
Maybe.
I'm assuming based on his whole earrings, ear tags, whatever you want to call them.
Earrings, I guess.
I'm assuming that he's eventually going to get, something related to sun powers, because he's got the rising sun ear tags.
Oh, and the hair.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming that's why he's not going to keep rocking the water one, is because he's not going to stay locked into water as his element. I'm assuming he's going to diversify into fire and water together.
I don't know how the thing works in this, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But for sure, we're gonna see the fucking dragon.
Well, I'm just assuming that there's multiple things, because we know from the opening, or we assume from the opening, that the yellow kid was lightning.
Well, let's see. I know about that, but I don't know if you can mix and match. I don't see why you
That's
couldn't.
true.
But
I'm assuming they're just sword styles, so I'm assuming you could learn them all, presumably.
But how long would it take? It took him
2
a year.
years.
Yeah, 2 years each.
Yeah, 2 years later, I have sun powers.
I'd believe it.
Well, technically, all the swords have sun power in them because that's how they kill the demons.
Well, they're infused with the sunlight,
Yeah.
but I mean, in the same way that he has like water slash, he's gonna get like fire slash.
Light beam. I call upon the light.
So I'm assuming that that's what like. I mean, I'm just basing this on his earrings and the fact that they are the rising sun motif. So I could be wildly wrong, but
And we've already like learned that the red hair like that he has signifies something about the sun from the blacksmith.
Yeah, something like that.
He's got that red hair.
I wonder if we do later see like the elite corpse of the demon assassination group. Like, will there be sword racist elitist?
Oh, like your color's bad.
It's like
that type of shit.
It's like yes and no. More like, oh, we are the Crimson Corp. We only accept red sword people.
Oh,
no.
Who knows?
And we dress in all red.
The Red Goon Squad.
Pretty much.
It would be impressive if they did do that.
We're the Ginyu Force.
All the nobles in our house are red.
Raccoon slash. Fucking Raccoon. Aside from that, there are some scenes where you could kind of tell that some of the models were CGI. Especially when he's just kind of walking on the road. What else was there?
Which was weird because it was like the entire background was CGI, but he wasn't.
What? When he's walking?
When he was walking on the road.
No, he was CGI.
Was he?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Usually like, when he's takes up a smaller part of the frame, he's usually CGI. Like when he's in like kind of the mid to background. Is when they use it. At least that's what I think.
We're talking about not when he was waving goodbye to what's his name, but when he's just like walking down the road, right?
The next scene. Is that,
yeah.
He was I think he was CGI.
I don't think he is. He was definitely CGI when he was waving goodbye to what's his name.
I might be confusing some scenes, but I feel like it was. I might just be confusing the scene.
He was definitely CGI when he was waving goodbye to Redman. He was 100% CGI
because he waves and then just kind of like his model just goes back to like standing and then just starts walking.
Yeah, and like his robe is like awkwardly at an angle that like is defying gravity.
I didn't notice that part. I just noticed him like just the way he kind of moved. He kind of just like turns around, standing still. Yeah. Oh, that was funny. But the hairpins look really nice. Really fucked up, but they look really nice.
It's like, damn.
It was really a fucked up thing for like, I ate all of these women, but for some reason I'm keeping these trophies because I'm, real weird about it.
I mean, he can't eat them. What are you gonna do with them?
Not hold on to them like a weirdo.
You could. It's money right there. You could sell them and be like, here, this is priceless. The girl who had this died. Here you go.
She was mad thick for a feudal era Japanese woman.
Because you know what, all of these demons have been shown to be craving money.
First there's the money, and then there's the bitches. And like, he needs bitches. He needs to get the bitches to get the more money.
Got to get out there and make that Skrilla.
So we'll see the resolution, I think, to this fight, to this little conflict next episode. And I think after this episode after that, we'll find a meet up, like, he'll form his team, and they'll go do shit.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. We still haven't seen Pigface.
I want to know what the fuck is up with him.
Me too.
Right, that's all I want.
So I'm assuming we're going to meet Lightning first and then meet Pigface somewhere along the way.
Probably.
Because it'd be weird if they turned up together, just because we've never seen him before. So if he just rolled up and he was like, "Hi, I'm that kid from the training exam, and this is my friend."
Hey,
real bizarre.
It's probably something like, "Hey, there's a demon over there in the country, but it's too much for one of you, so we'll send both of you." And people are probably going to be thinking it's the pig dude. Oh, it's the demon.
Maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable enough.
Yeah.
But I think the pig kid and the electric kid like have some rivalry going on. Because the pig kid's always like running after him.
I mean, I don't think they have anything yet. I don't think they know each other right now.
I'm saying that's what they're gonna like develop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
From that one scene from the opening. That's what I think is gonna happen.
We did also get to see. We didn't get to see anything. We got to learn that Michael Jackson's name is not Michael Jackson in this show.
Whatever. Like, there's an M in there. Yeah. It's close enough for me. His name is Muzan Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, his last name definitely did not start with a J.
Man, I don't fucking get it.
I said there was an M.
I didn't say there was a J.
That's what I'm upset about.
His initials weren't MJ.
Yeah, his initials weren't MJ, and I'm going to be even more upset if there are not 5 demon lords.
Why 5?
Jackson 5.
God damn it.
I love you, Alex.
I hate you.
I don't think there actually might be 5. There might be 5.
There are definitely not 5.
There aren't?
There was way more than 5 people in that shot.
Oh, God.
I'm assuming that's what you're basing it on.
Yeah.
There's like a billion. And by a billion, I mean like at least 7 or 10, maybe.
Yeah. But you know, there might.
I don't have a photographic memory, so like, I don't know.
That's the whole group, but the elite are 5.
I mean, I'm just basing it on like there were multiple people on both sides of him, way more than 2 and 2.
Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
So I'm assuming him included. There's at least probably 6 or 7, or maybe even like 8 or 9 or 10.
See, they're adding all the girls too, like Janet and the other Jackson sisters that I don't know.
Janet and the other one Jackson sister, if there even is one.
I think there's one.
I think there might be one other than Janet Jackson, but I don't remember.
So, overall, good episode. A bit lighter than the others, I guess. Just because I guess we're kind of this is kind of set up for the next fight, I think. But overall, this was more like Monster of the Week, a type of an episode. Because it's not like building up to anything else yet.
Well, I'm assuming it's also like part of it is the whole point of him learning the name of Michael Jackson so that he can interrogate this dude at the end of this and start to have like possibly the first clue into what to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's also his introduction to like his new life as well.
So this is like the hook for the rest of this arc, I'm assuming.
Oh yes, okay, that's what the hook that starts his search for Muzan.
Yeah, his search for Muzan and also the rest of his demon slaying career. I think I said career. I did say career.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
because I was thinking you were saying trying to find Muzan's crew. I don't know, whatever. Things are escaping me right now. Anyways. Yeah, Demon Slayer, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Still, I like it.
I guess the only thing I could hope for next with MJ is that he dramatically points to the sky, or when he laughs, it's hee hee.
At this point, just to spite both of you, I just want him to show up in whatever episode he shows up in.
Whatever he shows up.
I hope it's soon. I hope they like subvert expectations. It's not like randomly at the end. I want it to be like episode 5. He just shows up in the middle of the episode. He's like, "Hey, I'm that dude."
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
And like, it's not spectacular at all. Like they're just like, "Hey, look, it's that guy," and it's like, "I'm that guy," and that's it. Like that's his introduction.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that. That'd be kind of cool.
I would like that.
Yeah.
Just to fuck with the expectation of like, he has to have some weird like supervillain entrance. I just want to be like...
He has to show up in tuning exams.
He actually shows up on a big stage, and the stage rises, and he just stands there for 5 minutes, and then starts singing.
Again, reasons why I want him to just show up, to subvert the MJ expectations.
So, let us move on. To fruits basket. This episode starts off with Rat Boy. Yuki, there we go. I could not remember his name. His name Yuki?
Yep.
Makes sense,
Yes.
his hair's white. That's actually the only reason I guessed Yuki. Just dressed up as a girl. Dressed up specifically in a very old-style dress. What you
It
guys
was
say that's
very
old style?
like,
Yeah.
it was very like
Oh, yeah.
1950s nightgown.
Yeah, like, I don't understand like why that dress in particular. I feel like that does not like accentuate his curves or lack thereof, or his other like parts that look like a woman. It's just kind of like plain, but everyone's all about it. And Kyo basically mentions that he's not very hot about it either. That Yuki's not very comfortable wearing women's clothes.
Yeah, he's not down dressing in drag.
But slowly thereafter, we see the German-Japanese kid just show up along with Dr. Man. His name Hattori?
Hattori is the doctor. Momiji is the blonde-haired kid.
Whatever, I'm gonna call him Usagi. So Usagi shows up with Hattori. And Hattori, just starts talking to him. There's already some conflict between Yuki and Hattori. Because we find out that Hattori is the person that wiped everyone else's memories after that one incident. So that's built up later on in the episode as well. And then Usagi, kind of just goes off and fucks around and tries to like talk to Toru, because he's a fucking annoying little shit. I'm not liking him right now.
Really?
I think he's just kind of annoying.
Why?
I don't know. He just annoys
Very
me.
strong opinion to build on a character who has done like one thing.
Just say annoying shit all the fucking time.
In German.
He said like 5 lines total,
Well,
and one of them was hello.
well, the way he said hello really fucking annoyed me, because it's just
Didn't
a
he
dumb
s-
accent.
Didn't he say like, "Hey, I'm gonna glomp you"?
What? I don't know about that.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, that's what my subtitles
Anyways,
said.
I'm watching the dub, and it's a very like weird German accent.
Oh, good.
It's just so annoying.
Perfect.
It makes me groan every time I hear him.
Okay.
Actually,
Nick, how are you watching this? Dub or sub?
both, I think.
I watch both.
Okay.
He needs that double dose of fruits basket.
Yes.
So anyways,
Yeah, Momiji's voice actress is different. So it's not the original voice actress. He has a new voice actress representing him. So this is not how he originally sounded.
well, anyways, I don't know how he originally sounded, but I was right. He was the bunny.
Yes.
I guess
that's not exactly hard to guess.
Whatever.
Guess Hattori and I'll give you points. Hattori is hard to guess, in
Ox.
my opinion. The ox?
Is the ox in the Zodiac?
Are you
Yes.
gonna lock in the ox?
Wait, no, he's the horse.
Are you gonna lock in the
Locking
horse?
in the horse.
You're wrong.
Damn it. He's a snake. Locking that in.
Nope.
He's the chicken. Locking that in.
Nope.
He's
The sheep.
locking that in. No, ram.
What'd you say, Brandon?
Ram. What?
No.
No, the ram and the sheep I think they're the same thing.
Well, either way, you're still not right. He's neither
Okay.
of
No,
those.
I didn't say that. It's not snake,
Tiger?
chicken. Wrong.
Nope.
I was right. Sweet.
Okay.
You were. What'd you say, Brandon?
I
Oh,
said
you
that Alex was wrong. Therefore, I'm right
All
about
right.
him being wrong. Fuck. I don't have enough fingers for this. Did I already say snake? Snake. Locking that in.
Nope.
Damn it. Snake. Locking that in.
You
At
said
some
snake
point,
twice
snake's gonna be
now.
right.
It's still not the snake.
You said no to tiger, right?
He's
I said
just
no
not
to tiger.
Okay.
I don't know all of them. Quick, Alex, let's name all the Digimon that were based off.
It can't be dragon, right?
There's a dragon?
It's the motherfucking dragon.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yep.
I thought it was the head dude. I was gonna be dragon. Okay.
Nope.
The head
Or it's
dude,
dragon.
snake. Locking that in. Damn it.
You're not gonna get the head dude. I guarantee.
Oh,
you.
head dude, not the Zodiac. Locking that in.
You're technically correct.
Yes!
He is the 4-directional beast.
What?
He's the zodiac god.
Oh, okay.
I'll give Brendan
Oh,
credit for
him.
not the Zodiac. I'll give Brendan credit for it, but
Oh, my guess was gonna be like
Okay.
the woman from the first scene. Like he is, or she. I don't know if it's a he or she. Like like the main person thing. God, how do I describe this?
how do you describe this?
Remember the lady who was in the first scene who like was surrounded by the Zodiac?
Oh yeah,
Like
Yeah.
she is like the same thing as that lady.
basically.
Okay, cool.
So I think that was the
Okay.
representation of Zodiac God. So
Okay.
he fills Akito.
Okay, so it's
the
a guy.
person's name.
Okay.
Fills the same role.
There's a lot of guys in the
Damn.
Soma family.
There are a lot of guys in the Soma family.
Yeah.
I think
Damn.
I think there's like two girls, the little girl and then the boar girl.
Akito is neither
Those
dragon
are
nor snake. Wow.
Female members of the Soma family you have met, yes.
Well, not even met, because I was going by the ending. Because we haven't met the little girl yet.
You haven't met a lot of the Soma family.
Yes,
I'm
we
gonna be
have
real
not.
right now. There's a lot that also are not part of the Zodiac.
Oh, okay, so they don't have to be part of the Zodiac. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
not everybody in the Soma family is part of the Zodiac.
So-
there are just
Yeah.
always 13 members who are cursed as part of the Zodiac.
Okay.
But there are also other members.
I would say currently people that are in the Zodiac are mostly guys, from what I've seen, or from what I'm guessing.
And-
I don't remember the breakdown.
Okay.
And
I think it
yeah.
is predominantly male, but I'm not super confident in that.
I mean, there's only a couple left, but yeah.
Anyways, back to what's going on. Blonde-haired girl and black-haired girl both decide that they should go and have a sleepover at Toru's place, just because they're worried about her. But this time they're actually legitimately worried about her, not the way that her aunt was worried about her because she's a piece of shit, fuck her, and plus her cousin, giant fucking dickholes. They go and they just want to make sure everything's okay with her, and just gonna hang out because they're friends and shit. So they head on over into this fucking dog dude. Is okay with it. He doesn't really give a shit. It's like cool. And this one we find out for sure that he's actually an author.
Right.
So yeah, Nick was right. And
I'm proud of myself for somehow subconsciously remembering that.
I mean, he just looks like an author,
He does,
right?
doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's something about that robe. You were right when you said it. It's that robe that really gives him
Sells
that
it.
author feel.
See that?
And the fact that he never leaves the house in the middle of the day.
That's what Nuts is missing from Domestic Conjo. He needs a fucking robe to be a real artist.
He does, doesn't he?
But we see that he writes a variety of books. I think one was a light novel, and then one was like a high literature novel. Right? Were those both books he read or he wrote?
Yeah, those are both books he wrote. One of them was some sort of romance book, like shoujo romance, and
Yeah.
the other one was like
Like an
Well,
Oh.
no.
an actual artsy book.
Well, that's the thing. Both of them could have been romance. Just the other one was just very overtly girly. I guess.
Yeah. One of them was romance trash, and the other one could be a highbrow, investigate or not investigation, but emotional,
50
Hey,
Shades
hey.
of Grey.
Hey, we're judging a book by its cover. It's entirely possible it was 50
Absolutely.
Shades of
Literally,
Grey.
yes, yes, because the one had the name on it, and the other one had pictures of anime girls.
I mean, we don't. What was the name of the book? It could have been Pounded Out, a story of a prostitute. Who knows?
Pounded Out, the story of a prostitute. Some classic literature right there. It was called Palpitations.
Oh, was it? See, that sounds kind of iffy. That could be very a raunchy story with right palpitations.
I don't know if I would describe Palpitations as raunchy.
As I'm saying, it could be, but it does sound like a romance novel as well. But anyways, Dog Dude goes over to meet with Akito real quick, and he has this weird sly smile. So I don't know what that's about yet. But there is a line that they repeat in two different contexts where they describe Toru as being very she deserves the moon, but she never asked for it, and Akito is basically the opposite. He's always asking for the moon. I don't know if that was the way they translated it in the subs, but that's the way I heard it. So.
Yeah, they did. Also, yeah, I looked up the definition for palpitations. Yeah, you're super right. It could be very raunchy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying I said it could be, Nick. I'm not saying it is.
All right.
That's the thing. Pounded Out could be, about cooking.
Could should be about cooking.
Cooking. You just pound out the meat and then you just like, you know, to tenderize it.
Brendan, please stop.
The duality of book titles.
Stop now while you're behind.
What's
Brandon,
wrong?
if you wrote a book, what would it be called?
What's wrong? What did I say? What went wrong? A biography.
A biography of Brandon.
An autobiography. Alex with the fucking roasts.
Yeah.
We get a very super like sugar diabetes inducing scene, where the friends are like talk about how much they like care about their friend, and then the other two are like, damn, these girls really care about the friend. And then I was like, damn, these girls really care about the friend.
We also get the one girl like picks up the hat and she's like, I can't believe you still have this hat all this time later, as Kyo walks down the hallway and then doesn't proceed to react in any way about it again.
Well, he does react. He like tries to listen in.
I mean, he listens in, but he has like no like other than listening to it, he just kind of like has the facial reaction of like, huh, interesting, and then like goes into his room. I feel like, I mean, considering the fact that it's being fairly obvious with like,
yeah, right.
It's going to somehow connect to, you know, the Soma family. He should have more of a reaction at this point to like, I wonder if it's that same hat that, you know, is part of my backstory.
Wait, he doesn't know? I'm under the impression that he just knows and just doesn't want to bring it up.
It was kind of hard to tell.
No, judging by, I'm assuming based on the rest of his backstory, he doesn't know.
Oh, does he?
If he knew right now, he would have a very different reaction that I think you'll understand a little bit more when we get to it.
Oh, DK's memories wiped too?
I don't think so. I don't remember him getting his memories wiped about it.
That would be interesting.
But he has a connection to this family that would lead to a more emotional reaction than the one he provided in this shot, is what I'm saying.
Oh, to Toru's mom?
Okay. Toru's mom and Toru.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because when you said family, I didn't know if you meant like the Somas or, you know, well, obviously.
Oh yeah,
it might be the Somas.
Yeah, the Honda family.
The Hondas. Beep beep.
Specifically, the mom and the daughter, who were both alive still.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm hoping I'm not right
at
about
that point we're still alive.
Yeah, at that point we're still alive. The dad, dead as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get the backstory. We get half of the backstory of the hat. And then, you know, they all have kind of, you know, a little group hug. They wake up, they eat some food. Toru cries because she sees that her friends really care about her. And that's all I really remember.
Basically, that was the end.
That's it.
It was more of a Toru continues to have like her emotional strength sort of built up in terms of like, you know, you're gonna have a lot thrown at you here in a second. Let's make you less of a pushover as a character.
Hey, see how everything's happy? Be ready, because it's about not to be.
That was also the ending, was it's about to not be happy, because Hattori calls her up and he's like, hey girl,
yo, bitch, get over here.
Come over to our house. Don't tell anybody.
For a booty call.
Don't be weird, Alex.
Get your ass here.
Yo.
Especially right after Yuki was like, just FYI, don't ever spend any amount of time near him without somebody present, because he likes to take away people's memory.
I don't think he likes it, he just does it.
Well, yeah. Yuki is under the impression, like, he's a bad guy, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Hattori obviously has slightly more conflicted feelings about it.
Well, Hattori's Hattori, so of course he'd have conflicted feelings about it.
Right. But now, Toru is going to go show up and maybe meet Akito, the head of the Soma family. So shit's got to get real with the Soma family.
We'll find out what happens next episode on Reading Rainbow. Yeah, I like the show. It's fucking awesome.
It's delightful.
Yeah.
I'm starting to warm up to it.
Starting to. You should have been warmed up to it from episode 1, Alex. What are you? Do you not have a soul?
Possibly.
The coward's dilemma. I don't know. So, in honor of Fruits Basket, I would like to sell it to Honda. Beep beep. Go buy a Honda right now.
What a classic sellout?
I'll sell out to.
Give me a free Civic.
I'll sell out to the board game. The game. Say anything.
Ah, yes, that's a fun board game.
Yeah.
It's like it's somewhat similar to I don't say it's similar to it's somewhat similar to Cards Against Humanity, where you just make up your own cards.
Yeah. The best part of that game. Yeah. Go check it out. It's super fun.
Get the one with the alien.
The one with the alien. He means as a character.
Yeah. Or as a token piece. Whatever, that's the same thing.
I am going to sell out to the medication from Costco called Allerflow. Not really certain what's in it, but it's some sort of anti-allergy medicine for your nose specifically. Because right now we are in the peak of tree pollen season, and I have allergies like a motherfucker, and it's actually helping me not die.
Actually, something else that I've heard helps is eating honey from local honey.
I've heard that recently as well.
Huh.
Yeah. Because you get acclimated to the pollen. I don't know how real it is, but
Yeah.
it's honey, so I mean.
Yeah. That would be a very interesting method.
Yeah, so if you're eating the honey to get better and it doesn't work, well, you're still eating honey, which is kind of tasty. So there's no real lose-lose. There's no real lose in that scenario. Oh, that's itchy. And that has been another episode of ABC. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Nick, for listening.
I got you, fam. I'm not going to listen to any more of these episodes after this episode.
That's completely fine.